So there is a story, the very first story that Neville Goddard ever manifested, and he shared this story a lot in his lectures, because this story contains absolutely everything that you need to know about the law of assumption, which is the story of Neville Goddard learning the law of assumption from his teacher Abdullah. And Abdullah was a Ethiopian rabbi who was very familiar with Bible and also the law of assumption. And in those days, Neville Goddard was broke, and he had this sudden urge and desire to go to Barbados to be with his family. It has been many years and he never met them, and he had this strong urge to go. But he had nothing, absolutely nothing, not even enough money to eat. And so he told this to Abdullah, who was his friend and mentor. And Abdullah told him that imagine that you're already in Barbados, and that's it. He shut the door on him. And the story goes something like this, that Neville Goddard then imagined, but he was doubting like all of us. And 2 months passed and nothing happened. So he told Abdullah that, Abdullah, nothing is happening. Am I doing something wrong? And Abdullah told him once again that you're already in Barbados. So stop saying that you are not there, you're already there. And just like us, Neville Goddard, just like the new people who come to law of assumption, Neville Goddard was kind of bewildered that I am in New York, what is he talking about? But Neville was a good student, so he kept on going. Eventually, his older brother sent him a letter with some money and wrote that the family wants him in Barbados, and there is enough money for him to buy a nice suit, and the ticket is already paid and everything is taken care of, and he just needs to board the ship. And Neville Goddard happily went to Abdullah and told him that Abdullah, I am going to Barbados, but I am going third class, and here's the lesson that I want to talk about, which is often not really talked about much. Abdullah told him that, who told you that you are going third class or you are going to Barbados? You have gone to Barbados and you have gone first class. And that sounded weird as hell to Neville Goddard. But Abdullah shut the door on him once again, which is he closed the door to his library or something where he was going, and that was not an invitation to follow. Basically, Abdullah was teaching him persistence and first class self-image. And of course, Neville Goddard applied, and it happened. Somebody cancelled in the first class in the ship, and the company called him and told him that first class seats are available, and so you can go first class now. And so the idea was that Neville Goddard was behaving exactly like all of us, which is from the frame of reference of the ego, while what Abdullah was teaching Neville Goddard was his true inheritance. Our true inheritance is whatever God has, because we are one with God, as Neville Goddard says, the Son of God. We are the Son of God and we are the Son of Man, both. So our true inheritance is being the Son of God. And he often shared the story of the prodigal son in the Bible, where the prodigal son is basically a son. He goes out and does all kind of mistakes and leaves his inheritance with his father, and goes out and does a lot of wrong stuff, and eventually comes back to the father all broken, all filled with failure and everything going bad. And the father says, he asks for forgiveness from his father, but the father says that, my son, all that I have was always yours, so come take it. And the father sacrifices a big feast for him, makes a big feast for him, and welcomes him with open arms. So we are the prodigal sons. We go out into this world forgetting exactly who we really are, and we live the life with ego, having third class self-image, third class experience, and eventually life beats us so bad that we fail. And then finally we realize there must be something more to this life than just this, right? And then we come to law of assumption. But in Neville Goddard's case, Abdullah taught him. But Abdullah didn't just teach him that you can use your imagination to manifest. He taught him to always use the first class self-image, which is often overlooked in this story. Everybody is focused on the law of assumption. But the truth is that if you do not hold the first class self-image, you will falter. You will keep asking the question, where is it? Where is my manifestation? Or you will keep negotiating in your ego, thinking that maybe you don't deserve it, maybe it's not, maybe it's too good for you, maybe this or that or the other. And that's the third class, low class self-image that we all have, where we're always negotiating, always talking ourselves down, always making concessions to our desire, what we really want. And desire is a promise from God's self. Again, our true inheritance is not the human form. Our true inheritance is being the Son of God. So all that we desire, we have. But we have problems with manifesting because we are too focused on the man self. And so the third class self-image or the low class self-image is what makes us falter. But this is why Neville Goddard could have gone with the third class seat, right? He wanted to go to Barbados, that was done. But still, Abdullah taught him that you might go to Barbados now, but since you have a third class self-image and you have a low self-image of yourself, in the next desires of your life, you will falter, or you will fail, or you will negotiate, or you will, back out. You will once again become the son of man. And Abdullah told him that once you have gone to Barbados and you will be back, Neville, you will become normal. Which is Abdullah's ways of teaching him was that your normal self is God's self, or the Christ within. And once you have gone to Barbados using the law of assumption, and once you will be back, you will realize who you really are and what imagination is, and you will become normal. Which is, you will stop negotiating and stop making yourself small, and stop using the ego to get things in this world, and you will start using imagination. So that was the story. First class self-image was necessary to be taught to Neville Goddard, and that is what I wanted to share in this video. And this happens a lot with people who are trying to manifest a specific person, where they are manifesting a person out of lack and desperation and lack of self-love, which is a third class self-image. And what would the first class self-image dictate? It would say that since God is love, all love, you are literally love. So love is a natural state for you to have. So it is natural for you to have what you want, and it is natural for you to have the best kind of love from the person that you want in the perfect of ways. But what people do is they have this breadcrumbing kind of situation where they are trying to manifest a text message or a interaction or something in the middle, which is a third class lack-based self-image. So that's a perfect example of what is a third class self-image or low class self-image and a first class self-image. First class self-image says that you can have what you want exactly the way you want it. Now I'm not talking about the middle, I'm talking about what is your perfect end. So go to the perfect end and it's gonna happen exactly that way. So fulfillment will be received by you in exactly the way, the theme that you have set. But if you are trying to get breadcrumbs and little things and middle, messing with the middle this way or that way, maybe I want a text message or that's the third class self-image, and that will limit you. And it's not this is why Abdullah was trying to teach Neville Goddard the first class self-image. You have already gone to the Barbados and you have gone first class. We often know exactly what we want, but we negotiate. We make concessions to it. We stop, we say, oh, maybe I'm not worthy, maybe I'm this or that, maybe I don't have the skill. But all that is required of us is to go back to the Father, and the Father will prepare a feast for us and will welcome us with open arms, because our true inheritance is once again the Son of God. The Son of Man is just an experience, but our true identity is the Son of God. And with the Son of God, identity, first class self-image is natural, right? It is natural for you to have good things, great things. It is natural for you to fulfill the desires of your heart. And so that is what Abdullah was trying to teach Neville Goddard. And that is what you need to practice in your life as well. Always, always identify with being the Son of God. And from there, identify with, always have inner conversations with yourself from the first class self-image, that I can have it, I can have this, I can have that, because it's all given by the Father freely. It's in my inheritance, it's my divine inheritance, so it's all given. So you will stop negotiating, you will define exactly what you want, and then you will just go to the end. You have gone to Barbados and you have gone first class. So this first class self-image is extremely important in this story. So this is it for this video. Until next time, bye-bye.